We are halfway through September. As Sun, the divine masculine who represents the collective soul, spends the last days of summer in his dominion of Leo, the fifth sign of the Kalapurusha Kundali. That's the original zodiac belt. Leo is the zodiac sign where the soul connects with the reality of the planet Earth matrix. It is the kingdom. Today, September 14th, the moon, the divine feminine, who represents how we collectively experience this reality via the mass consciousness and our collaborative ancestral DNA, is visiting her counterpart at his domain. In the presence of Sun, Moon remains unilluminated, making today the darkest night of the month, marking the beginning of a new lunar cycle. Now, this new moon takes place in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra, directly on the degree of the lunar mansion's brightest star, called the Yoga Tada. Sun and Moon conjoin precisely at the Yoga Tada point of 27 degrees and 47 minutes, which in tropical Western astrology is identified as the fixed star de Nebula. The dark moon at the Yoga Tada degree is significant because this particular star bestows the power to overcome catastrophe. Moon's hibernation today in Leo sends us inward to contemplate how we can assist society in these challenging times, and helps us find strength to overcome adversities. The moon rests in Pada 1, that's the first quarter of Uttara Phalguni, the lunar mansion. So the first quarter of the lunar mansion, where in her dream state, she sows seeds of peace. Because this particular section of the nakshatra belongs to Sagittarius, which imparts a strong sense of right and wrong. Jupiter is the Pada 1 ruler, and Jupiter is currently in Aries, casting his glance to the moon. This drishti grants us double the wisdom to navigate challenging situations. But most importantly, Uttara Phalguni is a nakshatra that brings people together. So the new moon in this lunar mansion at the tail end of Leo creates new partnerships, relationships, and friendships. Because this nakshatra is overseen by the Devata Aryaman, the god of friendship. Aryaman is our friendly guide and advisor, a divine mentor who is the voice of reason that urges us to do the right thing. Just as light transforms darkness, Uttara Phalguni helps us to assimilate dark news. So the new moon in this nakshatra prepares us to absorb and transform unpleasant information. We will now feel the support of new alliances and at the same time have penetrating insight to overcome any tribulations that arise. And remember, Saturn, the planet of karma, and the 100 healers of Shadabhishak Nakshatra, where he's currently located, continue to watch over Leo from Aquarius. Saturn knows the new moon being in Uttara Phalguni indicates silent enemies will be subdued. Victory over wrongdoing is ensured. Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra is about creating prosperity through partnership. Prosperity through partnership. It's about creative solutions that benefit all, that benefit the Commonwealth. It's about dharma, charitable acts, doing the right thing. So the new moon cycle beginning in this nakshatra reminds us that moving forward, we must be ethical, generous, giving, sharing, and willing to authentically serve society. Tomorrow, September 15th, the day after the new moon, Mercury goes direct. Mercury is also in Leo, and he's going direct in Leo, where he will continue to call out deceit and expose untruths enacted by people in positions of power and authority. This theme will continue throughout September. And as our awakening continues, more and more of us will have higher discernment to understand when something is inaccurate or distorted or erroneous. If what is being peddled is concocted or dishonest, people are not buying it. People are not buying it anymore. I don't know if any of you use social media, and I don't use social media that much, but when I do, any of the posts that I've gone on that relate to any issues going on in the world right now, just read the comments, and people, comment after comment after comment, people are just calling out the dishonesty. They are speaking up. So we now recognize when fake news really is just that, fake news. So Jupiter, let's talk about Jupiter. So around the 23rd of the month, Jupiter is in a retrograde, currently in a retrograde now, but on the 23rd of the month, he will be retrograde at 20 degrees of Aries in Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani Nakshatra is the nakshatra of social reform. And Mercury will be direct 5 signs away at 20 degrees of Leo. At that time, a hidden truth may suddenly be revealed to us. Now, this news will be triggered by Mars in Mercury's sign of Virgo when he aspects Moon, who will be in Jupiter's sign of Sagittarius, also at 20 degrees in the nakshatra of truthfulness, Purva Ashadha. So get ready for the truth. At that, be prepared for this news to set off turbulent events. Because at that time, the sun will also be in Virgo with Mars. And when Mars is there, he will be creating a Shadashtak yoga involving Jupiter, Uranus, also called Sveta in Sanskrit, and Rāhu. So this Shadashtak yoga between Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and Rāhu, with Rāhu stationed in the inflammatory Gandanta zone directly between Pisces and Aries, this planetary alignment is all about karma, dharma, and unexpected, potentially shocking events. And these events will involve leaders, politicians, and global influencers that will affect the collective. So what we think, what we feel, what we know, what we believe about the world will suddenly change. So if it appears the reality is shifting, fracturing, detonating, imploding, remember that it is all temporary. And the experience will lead you to expanded consciousness and to a higher state of awareness. So take a deep breath and just detach. Ultimately, life is auspicious. You chose to come here, to be here at this moment in the time-space continuum, in this Bhumandala, the planet Earth matrix, to experience these happenings. Become equipoised in all situations and accept the ups and downs without disturbance, because this too shall pass. And that reminds me of, I believe it's the shloka 14 of chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita. Matra sparshas dukkantaya shitoshna shukadukada agama paino nityas tanstitikshashva bharata. And that translation loosely is the appearance and disappearance of enjoyment and suffering. Sukha and dukkha are like the appearance and disappearance of summer and winter. They're non-permanent. Summer and winter come and go. And the Bhagavad Gita says they arise from our illusory sense perception. So just as we accept summer and winter seasons, we need to accept enjoyment and suffering and become equipoised in every situation. We just ride the wave. We ride the wave, whatever the wave is, without disturbance. So that's a tiny little wisdom from Bhagavad Gita, wishing you the highest and most expanded expression of your human birth. May you and your loved ones be protected in these wild times. If you would like to receive my Kala Shala Star Messages, my monthly star messages, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee page. I will post that below. Or you can check out my webpage, kalashalavedicastrology.com, to read more about me, my work, and the readings that I offer. I'm sending you lots of aloha from Hawaii, and Namaskaram